Sam here from sugarspunrun.com and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I am going to be making coconut macaroons. A lot of you are probably familiar with these nice soft chewy cookies, very different from the French sandwich cookies or macarons. Unlike macarons, which are quite complex, this is a very simple 5-ingredient cookie recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. The very first ingredient that you're going to need is 14 ounces of sweetened flake coconut. The next thing you'll need is sweetened condensed milk. I want to stress that this is very different from evaporated milk. Evaporated milk will not work in this recipe. You are not going to need the whole can for this recipe. You are only going to need 1 cup, or actually a scant cup. This means you want to fill your measuring cup to just below the 1 cup line. It's kind of hard to see it with this one because I've moved it a little bit so it looks a little bit fuller than it is, but I actually filled this to just below the 1 cup line. That is going to leave you with a little bit of extra condensed milk in your can, but I really recommend only using the scant cup for this recipe. Otherwise your coconut macaroons will have too much liquid in them and they'll tend to puddle out the sides a bit, so keep it just under a cup. Then we'll add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and stir everything together until it's combined. Now come the egg whites. For best results, you want to use room temperature eggs for this recipe. If your eggs are currently refrigerated, you can set them in a bowl of warm, not hot, just warm water for about 15 minutes and then dry them off and they'll be at room temperature and ready to go. As you can see, we will need just 2 large egg whites for this recipe. Now the easiest way to separate the egg from the yolk is to break your egg and then pass the yolk back and forth between each half of the shell until the white falls in the bowl. Make sure that no yolk gets into the bowl. Next, add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and use an electric mixer to beat until stiff peaks form. As you can see here, stiff peaks have formed as we can lift the mixer out of the bowl, and the peaks both in the bowl and on the end of each beater hold their shape without folding back in on themselves. Bring back your coconut mixture and gently fold the egg whites into that mixture until they're completely combined. Now that we've made our coconut macaroon batter, we can go ahead and scoop them. I'm going to be using a 1.5 tablespoon-sized cookie scoop. I like to pack the batter in there pretty tightly and then drop it onto the cookie sheet, placing each macaroon about 1 inch or so apart. Now you can use your fingers to tuck any stray strands of coconut into the bottom of each macaroon for a more uniform appearance. Alright, now that these coconut macaroons are ready to go, we're going to bake them in a 325-degree oven for about 20 minutes. What we're going to be looking for is tops that have just begun to slightly brown. As you can see, these look done, so now we'll let them cool completely on their baking sheet. While these coconut macaroons are cooling, we can go ahead and prepare some chocolate if you want to dip your macaroons in chocolate. I'm going to be using a 60% dark chocolate bar, which I'm going to break up into small pieces. And I'll just microwave this in 15 to 20-second increments, stirring in between until it's completely melted. Now grab your cooled coconut macaroons and dip the bottoms in chocolate. And then return them to the parchment paper so the chocolate can set. And that is how you make coconut macaroons. As you guys just saw, this is a really easy recipe for these light and chewy cookies. I think you are going to love them if you like coconut. So I hope you will try them out. Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you next time.